Hey, so hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. I am SoulQueenWu, and I just want to let everybody know that I miss you guys so much. I know that you guys have all probably been wondering where I've been, which is at school trying to graduate because I gotta get out of here. So I've just been really busy with focusing on my main goals, which is God, graduating, and minding my business. That's what my concerns have been, and that's what I've been doing. Now, when I first initially put out the cute little post for Celibate and Single, so much has happened between that time and today. And I think that was probably about a month ago, or a month or two ago, a month and a half ago, or something like that. And this journey has very so little to do with sex. Like, that it's like the puniest part of this journey, for me at least. At first it did started, oh my god, at first it did start with me wanting to abstain from having sex and waiting until marriage, and finding myself, and seeing my value and my worth and how I can live without a man, and so on and so forth. But gradually this journey has just become a self-love journey, a journey of learning how to love myself and internalize the things that I was speaking over myself, and understanding God and God's voice in my life and the truth that God has been trying to get through to me. And for about I've been celibate for like 3.5 years, going on to 4 years basically. And in June it'll make it 4 years. It's so crazy because for about a good 3.5 years, all the way up until like March 1st, like, I was not in a relationship physically with anyone. There wasn't anybody that I was so deeply invested in, but mentally I was very much attached to everybody, every single guy that I even allowed to look at me for a second. I was attached to those people so much, and I would think about them every day, and I would spend every day wanting or thinking about God, like, when am I gonna meet my husband? Am I gonna see him today? And am I gonna meet him at this party? Or am I gonna see him when I'm walking to and from class? If any guy gives me attention, it's just like, oh my God, is he the one? Is he the one that you sent for me? And I would get dressed and worry about how a guy would view me. Like, if it was something that I had on, would a guy find me attractive and want to give me attention? I would like envision all these scenarios and opportunities for me to meet guys that may be my husband. I would foresee the future with men or guys that I was dealing with that I knew deep down inside wasn't going anywhere, but for the sake of my contentment, I would think about it and just, drain myself every day, just yearning and wanting to be with someone when nobody wanted to be mine for real. And it's so draining, just consuming your mind with those thoughts, and just imagine that being the first thing you think about when you wake up, and the last thing you think about before you go to bed, and then waking back up and being envious of all these people in relationships, and just overly consuming myself of wanting to be wanted by somebody. And it like, God, it broke me down. Like, I'm tired of my mind being consumed in that. Like, there's so many things that I need to be healed from. There's so many heartbreaks, so many things that I've been through that I've shoved under the rug or pretended didn't affect me in a huge way when it did. And I was at my line sister's house and she was at work, and I just prayed to God. I just said, God, please just, I don't want to, like, I watched No More Sheets by Juanita Bynum. Watch that thing, and I'm gonna make sure I leave the link below. But I prayed to God, and I asked God, please help me be centered on you. I don't want to think about this anymore because it's draining me. I'm tired. It doesn't exist, this man that he's not changeable. Like, I don't want to think about this anymore. There's a million other things that I want to do with my life. I want to live my life, and I don't want to be self-conscious, and I don't want to worry about always being wanted by, I want to want myself, you know? And then, like, after that, I watched No More Sheets, and I just, like, it's like my whole entire life changed that day. And it's like God gave me instructions. God said no masturbation, no thinking about sex, no thinking about relationships, no thinking about your exes, there's no listening to secular music that will stimulate all these emotions in you to make you want to be with somebody. No. If you want to be for me all the way, then do that. Be for me all the way. And I cut those things out, and I started fasting, and oh my life has changed so much. I stopped consuming myself in those thoughts, and so much of my life has changed. My mind feels so clear. I can think clearly. I can finally think clearly. I can go outside and not worry about who's looking at me, who finds me attractive, who wants to date me. I don't care, because I'm not ready to be in a relationship, and I'm not ready for my husband at all, and I'm okay with that. I want to be made whole in God. I want to love God so much. I just want to be for God, just completely and totally, and everything in me. That's all I want. And whomever it is that God allows in my life, I'm thankful. But right now I'm content with just being single. Like, really being single. Like, there's no guy or boo thing that's in my phone that I'm texting in the morning or at night, like, you know, giving me little heart eyes. There's nobody doing that. I don't have nobody else but God, and it feels so good to prioritize myself and not feel obligated to no man or nobody who doesn't even want to give me commitment. Oh my, first of all, y'all, I was talking to this one guy, right? And he had, and this is where a lot of us are subliminally, but we're just not as vocal about it. But so I was talking to him, and he was just like, you know what, Wasaba, like, you know, I want your mind, body, and your soul. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want you to want to give that to me. And I'm just like, well, do you want to marry me? Is that what you're trying to say? Or, like, do you want me to be your girlfriend? He's like, oh nah, like, I'm just not ready for that kind of commitment. Then why would you command of me to give you my mind, body, and my soul, and you don't even want to commit to me? And there's so many people that we're dealing with who ask for that much subliminally, and we give it to them with no commitment. What is that? That's not of God. God doesn't do that to us. God, it's like a give and take. It's not like take, and anyway, I don't even care about that anymore. I just want to be a single woman, for real. My mind has been so clear. I've been doing so many things that I've always wanted to do. And it's because I just accepted the fact that I'm not in a relationship, and I don't want to pretend to be in a relationship, and I don't want to play house with anybody. I don't want to be nobody's mom. I don't want to take care of no man that is not my man or my son. Like, I want to take care of myself. And I'm tired of confusing myself for saying, oh my God, I want a relationship, when deep down inside, maybe it was just sex that you wanted. You don't want to be with nobody. You want to be You want their sexual frustrations to be dealt with. And with this journey of celibacy, is just like, once you remove the sex from the equation, you have yourself now. Who am I? What matters to me? What is important to me? What is the purpose that God has for my life? You know, this is the greatest decision that I have ever made in my entire life, of my entire being. I did this for myself, and I'm happy. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm really happy. I'm so happy. I've learned so much about my truth and who God wants me to be and what God wants from me. And I began healing from so many things that were burdening inside of me. I'm finally realizing that there's so much work that needs to be done in me, but I'm thankful for it. So yeah, I may be making a part 2 of this video. Yeah, it's the best decision I made in my life, and it's not easy, because with this journey comes change, and change never feels good. Comes growth and actualization, realizing things that maybe you've always been trying to hide from yourself. Like, you know, that comes with it too. But we're single for a reason, and we have purposes to fulfill in this world. And I think what God has come to show me is our lives are about truth, finding out our truth, and love. And we have to learn how to use those things to deliver the message that God has instilled in us. And you cannot do that without knowing self. You cannot. It's impossible. And you know, even if it's not a journey of celibacy, that's what it took for me. But for whomever, I just strongly encourage you all to take these self-love journeys. Do some soul searching for yourself. Get to know God for yourself and understand your truth, because we all have purposeful lives. And yeah, man, I love you guys, and I appreciate you all so much for being open to my journey. And I wish you all the best, and I pray for you guys. And God bless every single person watching this video. And yeah, stay tuned for my other videos. Peace out.